my first guest this morning. I am so proud of her. She's from Collingswood High School, my alma mater, a South Jersey native. So let's go to the sports hotline and welcome into the locker room the new commissioner of the WNBA, Cathy Engelbert. What's up, Cathy?
Hey, Billy. Great to talk to you this morning.
Cathy, this is surreal. I'm interviewing you. We went to Collingswood High School together because I played sports with Kurt and Ken. And you were, I believe, 2 years younger than me. I was a senior when you were a sophomore, so I do remember you playing basketball. But this is great, man.
Yeah, I mean, obviously growing up with five brothers, having a father who played big-time college basketball for St. Joe's under Dr. Jack Ramsey and the Big Five Hall of Fame and the St. Joe's Hall of Fame. It's all coming together and all coming back to, growing up in Collingswood with the long and storied history of Collingswood sports and great coaches. And now, then I went on to college and got coached by Muffet McGraw, who went on to become a Naismith Hall of Famer in her own right at Notre Dame. And so it's just all coming together, Billy.
Cathy, I've actually, we have mutual friends, Joe Manzo, Johnny DiMaria, and, every once in a while I'd hear what you were doing with your life, working for Deloitte and moving up the corporate ladder. And so when I heard that you were getting appointed as the new commissioner to the WNBA, I was going nuts. Johnny called me, and then I reached out to your brother Kurt on Facebook, and we've been going back and forth. And I said, oh, my gosh. This is outstanding. I can't tell you how many people from Collingswood, people that I haven't seen anywhere. Hey, you heard about Cathy Engelbert?
Yeah, no, obviously it's been, taking on this role after 33 years in the business world, and really is a perfect combination of bringing some business experience to the league, also my passion for sports overall, but certainly for the sport of basketball. And, I've dedicated, many years to women's advancement. So, while the WNBA was looking for a female business leader with a passion for the game, it was a perfect fit at this time when I decided something different. So very excited. And the league itself, I mean, the quality of the play, Billy, is so great. They're at a massive inflection point for the growth of the league. It's the only real women's professional sports league that has lasted, and they're in their 23rd year. We just tipped off in late May.
Wow.
They had a great draft this year. 5 of the Notre Dame players got drafted in the first round. Obviously, you have a lot of veterans like, I know Delaware product, Elena Del Don, great player for the Washington Mystics. So, really exciting time. The Las Vegas Aces, coached by Bill Lampier, are hosting the All-Star game this year in late July in Vegas. Derek Fisher coaches the LA Sparks. So it's really a good time to, drive the league to a thriving business. And they really, I'm looking forward to bringing my business acumen into there.
That's great. Hey, Cathy, it's Scotty McKay. How are you?
Hey, Scotty.
So for me, I did some, my background work last night about you, and you're obviously a risk taker. I think you became the first woman to become a CEO of a Big Four, which is incredible. My father was a partner at Arthur Andersen for 32 years, so I know all about that. And then, but now you're taking on another challenge. And where do you see the WNBA in the next 5 to 10 years? Where do you think that you can take this league? And obviously it is a business in a lot of senses, but you're going to bring that acumen that you have going forward.
Yeah, the number one focus, Scotty, is broadening the fan base, creating a more powerful brand, increasing revenue. That'll drive better pay for the players, bringing a coolness factor and excitement, making this really into a sustainable business. And these women, elite athletes, top of their game, all college graduates, they come into the league and they want to play the game. They play it at a high level. So I'll be working on 3 things primarily, kind of the business I just talked about, but also the fan and player experience. There's a ton of depth throughout the league, so that's not our issue. It's more exposure for the game, the players. And again, with the new players coming in and the existing veterans, it's a good time really to be driving this to a more attractive business model as well as the fan and player experience.
That's all. And it's funny because Billy and I are big Flyers fans and been playing hockey our whole life. But the Flyers just brought in Valerie Camillo from she worked with the Washington Nationals as their finance director, and now she's going to be the president of business operations for them. And it's great to see that women are finally getting a chance to take these big jobs on and improve their worth.
Right, and I think that's why Adam Silver put out the statement when I was named as the first ever commissioner, was to really signal to the broadest possible audience that the WNBA is a major league. I would have the same status as the heads of other U.S.-based sports league. Obviously, I know it comes with great responsibility to transform. We actually, obviously, the WNBA has expanded coverage on the ESPN networks. The league announced that AT&T is joining as a new partner, and it'll be the first non-apparel sponsor wearing, everyone nationally will wear AT&T on their uniform. So there's lots of upside here. And a lot of people compare it to the NBA, but they're two completely different and incomparable businesses. And, we need to work on the economics and turn this around. And that's what I'm going to come in and do, hopefully.
We're talking with Cathy Engelbert, the new commissioner of the WNBA. Hey, Cathy, has NBA Commissioner Adam Silver given you any advice about this unbelievable opportunity for you?
Oh, absolutely. Obviously, I've talked to Adam and Mark Tatum, who's the acting president right now at the W as I transition in. Lots of things going on. Collective bargaining is going on. And obviously, Adam, Mark, I've been very impressed, or I probably wouldn't have taken the job, very impressed with everybody's commitment at the NBA and everybody's commitment at the W. And quite frankly, in the ecosystem, there's a huge ecosystem for women's sports. There are women owners, there are women coaches, there are women refs. And yes, do we need more? Yes. But, it's a great time. I think there's a lot of momentum, a lot of upside. The W just rebranded itself. So really a good time, but absolutely I'm impressed with the commitment at the NBA, Adam, Mark, and everyone I've met with.
Hey, Cathy, this is why we play sports. I mean, growing up in Collingswood, you were on the girls' basketball team. You played at Lehigh. What has sports done for advancing in this position? I mean, how has sports translated into being successful in business?
Yeah, so it's a great question, and one I've been asked when I became the first woman CEO at Deloitte. It is enormous. If you think back at how your leadership takes root, I played lacrosse at Lehigh as well, so I captained both the basketball and lacrosse teams. Those were early signs of leadership, but there's no doubt, and I see it now in the world I've been in for 30 years, women and girls who play sports, who are athletes, build confidence sooner in life, build leadership skills. And I think as you look at women rising in their organizations, whether it's in the corporate world, the government world, or in sports, if they played sports earlier in their lives, they have a lot more confidence and they have a lot more leadership skills. I think, the research shows that. So I mean, that's why I think this is such a great time. I mean, you have so much momentum for women's voices in society, quite frankly, and that's something that I've promoted while I was at Deloitte, and I'm really thrilled to have a broader platform now to do that as the commissioner.
Well, plus having 5 brothers and 2 sisters, the battle at the dinner table will make you stronger than anything.
Hey, who picked on you worse, Kurt or Ken?
Well, let's put it this way. We had a basketball court, a net, a backboard, and a rim in the backyard. They spray painted the foul line out there every spring. And my father, of course, used to make me use my left hand. I'd do 100 layups in the backyard with my left. But, yeah, no, it was all fun growing up in a big sports-oriented family. And certainly my mother, too, has been such a big influence on my life. So she went to every game for all 8 kids, think about that. And we're all 3 sport athletes. So it was great.
Hey,
my
Cathy,
sister
did
Peggy,
you ever?
who I played with over the years, she's been great, too. Great supporter.
Cathy, did you ever beat Kurt one-on-one?
Not in basketball, but in tennis, yeah.
Because I know Kurt's listening right now.
I hope he's not listening.
No, he is. He told me he'd be listening.
Oh, no.
Well, Cathy, I got to tell you, man, we are so proud of you and continued success. I want to thank you so much for coming on to the program and sharing us your experiences with us. It's awesome, and continued success.
All right, great, Billy, Scotty. Thanks so much, and hope to see you at a WNBA game. There's a quick Amtrak. There's no team in Philly, but quick Amtrak either up to New York or down to Washington.
Can we get some good seats?
Yeah, I'll get you some good seats.
Perfect. Sounds good. Thanks, guys.
All right,
congratulations.
Have a great day.
There's Cathy Engelbert, the new commissioner of the WNBA.